Hello and welcome to another World Tanks video. This is one of my first games I have ever played with my Object 261. I've just basically gotten it. This was I think this was my second game, possibly third. Speed it a little bit up. We're in a full artillery platoon here. I'm going to start off aiming over there and quickly ends up turning over to the other side. This artillery is rather unique in that it shoots very straightforward. It barely has any curve. It's very hard to shoot at people that's hiding behind something. On the other hand, the shells do fly fairly quickly to the targets, and if you're on the correct map, using armor piercing with this tank is very nice. On maps where it's not always so easy to hit people, using high explosive is sometimes the better option. As you can see there, I hit him, the KV-3, very hard. Now in normal cases, like with the Object 212, you would be able to hit the I-7 there, but with the 261 you just simply can't. It's both the greatest strength of this artillery, but it's also the greatest weakness, because what you can shoot, you are absolutely amazing at shooting. When you can't shoot something, you are completely useless. This artillery also has no splash damage whatsoever, or if it does, it's so minimal. Don't rely on it. You have to directly hit people with this. You cannot miss. If you miss, the shell is completely useless. You really need to land the hits with this artillery. Another thing this artillery is rather good at is playing in tank destroyer mode, because it's very nice in tank destroyer mode. It shoots more or less exactly where you are aiming.
Enemy vehicle knocked out.
You can drive around at 40 kilometers an hour and one shot the scouts when they come in front of you. It's hilarious when you do. When it fails though, it's very expensive. These tanks cost as much as tier 10 heavies and mediums. In some cases even more. I've had repair costs of this one very close to 30,000 credits, so that's quite a lot, and each shell you shoot costs over 2,000 credits, so it's a very expensive artillery to run. It's very fun to use. Furnaces are fun to shoot, just like Jag Tigers. If you hit them correctly, they are one-shot kills. And I end up missing that. I let my shell fly a bit too quickly. So that guy remains alive for now. This artillery also reloads very quickly, so you can take chances putting off shots like that without even aiming, just firing off and hoping you hit. On the other hand, it carries very few shells, so you cannot. So your total amount of shots you can fire off is limited. I don't know how many shells the other top tier artilleries have. I haven't acquired them yet, so I can't really compare that. But you can get this artillery to fire at less than 24 seconds per shell. That's very quickly. And as you can see, the shells fly incredibly quickly across the map. Very few artillery is fired that fast across. So you need to do, you can do less predicting, you can shoot more where they will be in a second or two rather than where they will be in 4 or 5 seconds, which makes it a lot easier to hit them, since it's much easier to predict. And I actually managed to hit him there, just barely. Barely do any damage though. Now the other flank though has fallen, so now just us artilleries versus it. Right, I'm getting a bit of a lag spike here. Okay, it's good again. My antivirus was updating itself. Sorry about that. Nothing was happening during that time though, so I'm not going to re-record just for that. Sorry. IS is playing hide and seek with the Ferdinand around the wreck. Ferdinand stands perfectly still, and I land a shot with armor piercing, dealing massive damage to it, right through the front. The I-7 has turned back and is going to save the base, which is smart. In 9 out of 10 cases, going back to save the base is a very good idea. He uses a repair kit to repair his track, so he's not tracked for me. I fire off an arm piercing shell, which misses. That's the negative side of arm piercing shells. They're awesome when you hit, but when you miss you do nothing at all. Just absolutely nothing. And now it just us left, and I managed to miss that. There you can see just how straightforward the shells fly. Now this artillery is very quick when it is upgraded. This is more or less complete stock though. I only have the upgraded engine, upgraded radio. The engines are not upgraded at all. So I'm currently still very slow compared to what you end up becoming. You end up driving like a fast medium when it's fully upgraded, which is very nice. And here the T-54 comes. And the I-7, which Spyderco ends up running straight into. I'm going to fire off a shell on the I-7.
That was close.
Ends up landing right under his lower front plate, so not a direct hit. But it ends up tracking him again, so the Ferdinand is able to finish it off. And the other T-29 is hiding. Spyderco ends up missing with his shell. I end up taking a shot, but ends up hitting the rock. T-29 is now hiding behind the rock there, so it's a bit hard to hit. But if you can you can just get a shot over the top there and hit his turret. And as he backs further away, shifted over to GB Tiger ends up just taking him with the splash damage. Now it's just a tier 8 heavy tank left here, which is a KV4, which if I recall doesn't have full hit points. Let's speed up a little bit, and there he is. Just waiting for him to reappear. I'm going to fire off a shell straight into him. And he ends up, turns out he has travelled a bit further than one would have expected. KV4s are generally known for being very slow, but apparently that guy didn't get the memo. And shut off
Enemy
and boom.
armor is destroyed.
Hope you have enjoyed this battle. I will be bringing you another Object 261, which I think is my first ever battle with this one, and then I will be turning over to something else to mix it up a little bit. I just keep taking a bit of different things to try and keep it a bit fresh rather than just the same tank. It's very easy with certain tanks to get amazing battles with other tanks, like artillery. It's a lot harder. This one was fairly decent though, so hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.